sensation has become the biggest attraction in Washington, capturing the imagination of fans, media, and tournament organizers alike. According to tournament chairman Mark Ein, an astonishing 80% of all ticket inquiries have centered around one player, and it isn't the defending champion, a Grand Slam winner, or one of the sport's biggest legends. Instead, it's the 21-year-old star from Quezon City whose popularity has exploded beyond anyone's expectations. So what exactly did the tournament chairman reveal that left the tennis community stunned? As the lights continued to shine over Rock Creek Park following another unforgettable night of tennis, conversations behind the scenes shifted away from rankings and results toward extraordinary attendance figures, and every discussion pointed to the same name, Alexandra Eala. The Eala DC Open, a prestigious $1.64 million WTA event featuring global stars such as Naomi Osaka, Venus Williams, Leylah Fernandez, Olympic medalists, Grand Slam champions, and some of the biggest names in the sport, has unexpectedly found its biggest headline in the young Filipina. Speaking to reporters after Eala's thrilling comeback victory over Olympic gold medalist Zheng Qinwen, tournament chairman Mark Ein shared a remarkable statistic that instantly caught everyone's attention. I will say over the last month, our ticketing team has told me that at least 80%, if not more, of all ticket requests for this tournament have been asking one question. When is Alex Eala playing? He said, his words reflecting both genuine amazement and admiration for the extraordinary excitement she has generated throughout the tournament. His voice carried a blend of amazement and genuine pride as he reflected on the extraordinary response surrounding Alexandra Eala. In fact, Mark Ein admitted he believed the real number was even higher than the official estimate. Honestly, I think it's probably more, he said with a smile. They just didn't want to say it was higher, but it feels like almost everyone is asking about Alex. It's not an exaggeration, that's exactly what our ticketing team has been telling me. For a tournament filled with Grand Slam champions, Olympic gold medalists, and some of the biggest stars in tennis, the chairman's remarkable admission sent shockwaves throughout the sport. How could a 21-year-old Filipina competing in her very first DC Open generate more excitement than players who had already conquered the biggest stages in tennis? The answer, according to Ein, reached far beyond rankings, titles, or trophies. When you look at all the incredible players we have here, it really says something about Alex's following, he explained. She's become an icon in the Philippines, and her popularity extends far beyond her home country. Filipinos are everywhere around the world, and they're incredibly passionate about supporting one of their own. Yet this surge of enthusiasm wasn't something that appeared overnight. It was a trend the tournament's leadership had been carefully tracking for months. Ein revealed that as early as the spring, his team recognized that something extraordinary was happening. Earlier this year, our staff came to me and said, "This is a phenomenon that's growing and we need to bring Alex to Washington," he recalled. Having her here has honestly been one of the greatest things that's happened to this tournament this year. The momentum had been building steadily through her breakthrough performances, but Washington became the moment when everything reached another level. Across the United States, the Filipino community had been searching for a new sporting hero, someone who proudly represented their heritage on one of the world's biggest stages. Alexandra Eala became that symbol. She carried the Philippine flag with confidence, inspired millions with her journey, and gave fans a reason to believe they were witnessing history in the making. When news spread that she would compete in Washington, supporters traveled from across the country to see her in person, creating a wave of excitement that exceeded even the tournament organizers' boldest expectations. But the unprecedented demand for tickets represented much more than sold-out seats or impressive attendance figures. It reflected the arrival of a new global star whose influence was beginning to reshape the atmosphere of an entire tournament, proving that Alexandra Eala's impact now stretched far beyond the tennis court itself. The overwhelming demand for Alexandra Eala's matches became undeniable proof that tennis was reaching audiences and communities that had never before felt deeply connected to the sport. It showed that a 21-year-old athlete from Quezon City could inspire millions of people across continents, proving that when you dedicate yourself to representing your country with pride, your supporters will stand behind you with unwavering loyalty. Reflecting on her breakthrough performances, Eala had spoken about the mentality that continues to drive her forward. "The fighting spirit is within me. That's the mindset I have," she said after her victory over Zheng Qinwen. With more experience, I'm learning how to apply it at an even higher level. Those words had transformed into something far more powerful than confidence. They had become a reality measured not only by victories but also by the extraordinary response of fans around the world. Yet the numbers alone could never fully explain what was unfolding in Washington. Beyond the overwhelming ticket requests and packed grandstands, tournament chairman Mark Ein witnessed something far more meaningful. Philippine flags waved proudly from every corner of the stadium, chants of support echoed throughout Rock Creek Park, and every time Alexandra Eala stepped onto the court, the atmosphere shifted with an energy that could be felt by everyone in attendance. It was no longer just another WTA tournament. It had become a celebration of national pride, hope, and the emergence of a new global star. Imagine walking into an arena knowing that thousands of people had come not simply to watch a tennis match, but because they believed in your journey and wanted to be part of your story. For Eala, there was only one way to respond, to compete with everything she had and leave every ounce of effort on the court, understanding how meaningful that support truly was. The remarkable attendance figures confirmed what many had already begun to realize. The tennis world was finally recognizing her talent and embracing her as one of the sport's brightest rising stars. But behind every impressive statistic was an even greater story, one built on perseverance, careful planning, and a tournament that recognized a once-in-a-generation opportunity before the rest of the world caught up. Looking back, Mark Ein revealed that the signs had appeared months earlier. Earlier this year, in the spring, our team came to me and said, "This is a phenomenon that's growing, and we should do everything we can to bring Alex to Washington," he recalled, speaking with the appreciation of someone who had watched a remarkable vision become reality. The decision was far from accidental. Tournament officials had been closely following Eala's rapid rise through the professional ranks, observing not only her success on the court but also the incredible passion she inspired among fans everywhere she played. They saw viewing parties growing larger, social media engagement soaring, and excitement spreading well beyond traditional tennis audiences. Long before her arrival in Washington, they understood that Alexandra Eala represented something much bigger than another promising young player. She was becoming a cultural phenomenon capable of transforming the atmosphere of an entire tournament. Tournament officials had already seen the signs long before Alexandra Eala arrived in Washington. They watched excitement build across Manila as fans gathered for viewing parties, followed the explosion of support on social media after her breakthrough run at the Miami Open, and witnessed a young athlete from Quezon City evolve from one of tennis's brightest prospects into an international sensation. Looking back on that journey, tournament chairman Mark Ein couldn't hide his appreciation. "Having her here is honestly one of the best things that's happened to this tournament this year," he said, the sincerity in his voice making it clear that Eala's impact had exceeded every expectation. But what was it that made her so different? How did a rising tennis player become a cultural phenomenon that captivated people around the world? As organizers came to understand, the answer had little to do with rankings or trophies alone. It was rooted in identity, representation, and the powerful connection she had created with a community that had long waited for someone to proudly carry its flag onto the biggest stages in professional tennis. When you look at all the incredible players competing here and the number of global stars in this tournament, it really says something about Alex's following, Ein explained. She's become an icon in the Philippines, but her support extends far beyond her home country. Filipinos are everywhere, and they're passionate about cheering for one of their own. Throughout the week, the chairman witnessed that passion firsthand. It wasn't limited to packed stadium seats or ticket sales. It was visible everywhere Eala went. Fans lined the walkways leading to the practice courts, holding up phones to capture every moment and erupting into cheers whenever she appeared. During one of her training sessions with American player Ashlyn Kruger, under the guidance of coach Joan Bosch from the Rafa Nadal Academy, supporters crowded around the practice area, eager to watch every forehand, every backhand, and every rally. For many of them, simply seeing Eala prepare for competition was an unforgettable experience. The atmosphere reflected more than admiration for a talented athlete. It revealed the pride of a global community rallying behind someone who represented their dreams. Eala herself recognized the significance of that responsibility. Speaking during the tournament, she expressed deep gratitude for the overwhelming support she had received. "I'm very privileged to carry my flag and represent everything that comes with it," she said. I'm grateful to everyone who comes out to watch me play. For many of them, this is their first time attending a tennis event, and that makes it even more special. If I can inspire people to experience tennis for the